What's up guys, it's Hunter from Airsoft, and today I'm going to be doing the review of the Airsoft GI G4-A1 Desert Camo Airsoft Gun with Dandruff Defense Soap Mod 9-inch Dark Earth Rail System. That's a mouthful, and I'll explain what that means in the review. Let's get started. Okay, so starting at the front of the gun, what you're going to notice is a G&G plastic orange flash hider. Now, a lot of people are upset about this because there's a chip right here. I want you to assure you that this is normal. In normal guns, I think this is to make it so the bullet spins or something, but it's not a chip. It's supposed to be there because I've had 3 G&G guns, and they're all M4s, and they had this, like the combat machines. Okay, so going back further is the metal barrel that comes out of the rail system about 4 inches. So, right now, you can't put a silencer or anything on top of this, an amplifier, silencer, whatever you want. You would have to take this off of a normal gun, and that's a pain, because this is glued on, you'd have to use a Dremel, you'd have to use a blow dryer, something like that. But what Airsoft GI did was they made it so you can unscrew the barrel, the external barrel, and it reveals the internal barrel. Threads right here, put a silencer on, perfect, problem solved. You're not going to have to fiddle with this thing anymore, because, you know, that's just a pain. Now, disadvantage is if you have a small silencer, which I do, this little part shows, but you can spray paint that, paint it, put electrical tape over it. You can do whatever you want, but not a big problem. You can get a bigger silencer, and you can also upgrade the barrel. You can get a Type bore if you want, which will make it shoot farther and more accurately. So, yeah. So moving back on the gun, you're going to notice what possibly is the coolest part about this. So, as you can see here, these are issued Dandruff Defense rail systems, and it just looks amazing. I mean, you can see right through it. I mean, it's very light. Unlike most rail systems, they're very good because they have all this space in between. It's not solid. It's very good. And by not solid, I don't mean like they're fragile or anything, because they're very sturdy, but I mean they're not solid metal, which makes the front very heavy. They're great. You can attach foregrips. Now, this does not come with the gun. This is going to run you up an extra $30. This is a quick detach foregrip. Push aside, comes off. So, on top of the rail, you have a metal front sight that flips down if you want to put an optic or something. Makes it more slim if you want it. Right here, there's a trade. It says Savannah, Georgia. And then it says Defanial Defense Incorporated, because these are licensed for airsoft use only. You can see right there. Then they have numbers going back, so if you have a place that you want to put a laser or a foregrip, you can remember the spot. Say I like my foregrip at B28, that's right here, put it right there. You can remember where it is. Flipping it over on the other side, you can see it says Airsoft Rail 9.0, which means 9 inches. So you know these are, if you don't have a tape measure or something, just says it right on it. These rails alone are going to run you up about $120. So this is an amazing deal for the price. On the back, though, I'm not sure what this is right here, but I'm not quite sure what that's here for. Probably the way they bolt it on and stuff. But, I mean, don't let that fool you. It's very flush right here. You could put anything on top. If you wanted to put a red dot between the rails and the polymer body, you could, because this is very flush. Okay, so behind the rails is the body. Now, the body is full polymer on the outside, and everything that you see is black is almost all metal. The exception to this is right here, this button. Usually, or not usually, but in some guns, when you push this in, resets all the gears from being on auto, so it won't jam up very easily. But not on this gun. I mean, it's not very common a lot, so that's alright. I mean, it's not a big deal. So on the side that you have the selector switch on, you have the Airsoft GI trades. Now these are the newer trades. It has the knight's head and then the lion on the shield. And it says ASGI, which stands for Airsoft GI. Further back on the trades, it has complete AEG series, manufactured by G&G Airsoft, made in Taiwan. So this gun actually is made by G&G. It's a specialized combat machine. Then Airsoft GI has their own stuff, like the internals, the crane stock. These sights normally don't come with it, like this one and the front one. So yeah, they add that, and it's really good. So further down, you can see the metal pistol and or not pistol, the metal trigger and trigger guard. Not a whole lot of trigger pull, which is good, so you can pull it faster. Then you have the texturized pistol grip, which the motor is in. Motor plate on the bottom, metal, so it's not going to break if you drop it. Then you have the Airsoft GI Flaming BB. It just has GI and then the BB there. See the trigger and trigger guard still. Then you have the metal trigger release, or not trigger release, mag release right here. Push this in, take the mag out, very good. Now, this does come with a G&G 450 round high capacity magazine. So in the past, I've had a little bit of trouble with these, but not a whole lot. My normal problem is this comes out, so whenever I pull it out of the gun, the internals of the mag come out, and I had to duct tape this, but so far, no problems with this at all. Lined it up, ready to go. Also, with the polymer body, it just slides right in. Almost no wobble at all. Actually, there is no wobble at all, especially with these mags. In other mags, you just have some wobble, but not a whole lot compared to some other guns. So, on the upper receiver, you can see all the way on the back you have the charging handle. Pull that back. It's going to reveal the hop-up unit and the blowback. Pull it forward, bolt slides up. As you can see right here, it says Infidel, and then it has it written in Arabic. Now, in some Airsoft GI custom models, this dust cover doesn't always stay down, and it's a little bit on mine. Like, if you hit the rails, it just comes down. But on my friend's gun, it's really bad. He can barely get it to stay up. So that's one of the cons about it. But I haven't had a whole lot of problem with it. Now, whenever you first get this bolt is going to sound very dry. So I'm going to recommend you use silicone. That's sprayed in here a little bit, and it'll sound a lot better. Pull this back. It's going to reveal the hop-up unit, which is very effective. Turn it up a little bit. It's going to go up. Turn it down. It's going to go down. So that is the blowback system. And right above the charging handle is the metal sight, the metal back sight. One of the problems I had with this was there used to be a hook right here, which made it stay down, but I broke it. Actually, 5 minutes after I got it out of the box. It's not their fault. I pulled it out too hard, so be careful for that. It's a two-layered sight. You flip this down, and it's the peep sight. Flip the peep sight back up. It's going to give you more precision shooting. Behind the body, you have a tan crane stock manufactured by G&G. So this fits very well onto the buffer tube, but right now it won't slide forward very far because I do have a battery in it, and I'll actually show you how to get this off right now. Here, let me put it back on. Okay, so there's these two tabs right here. You have to push both of them in, and it should pop right off. Pull it up. This is the back rubber on the butt. This is the back rubber butt plate, which feels very nice whenever you're holding it. Easy to take off. You remove this part, and it will reveal the wires. Now, I think a Nunchuck battery works very well for this. Here, let me unplug this. I'm using a 7.2 LiPo Nunchuck battery. Okay, so in the back, this is your battery space. Do not put a battery here, because this is where the wires come out. So you can fit a Nunchuck battery right here, or if you have one small LiPo or any kind of battery, you can fit it in one of these. The battery space is kind of limited and not that good. Also, when you have a battery in it, it's kind of hard to put the stock all the way forward. So most of the time, you're going to want to have it back. But that's alright. It's just a minor setback. Other than that, it's really good. On the side that has selector switch, there's a back 1-point sling mount where you can put a sling, attach it there. It's work out very well. This is 6 positioned, and as you can see in these, the holes here, it push it forward, makes a good clicking noise. Push it all the way forward or all the way back. Very good metal buffer tube. I've had no problems. It hasn't been loose at all, and overall, it's very sturdy. Not a whole lot of wobble, and it's really good. Okay, so now to the shooting test. It's a tad bit windy, but, I mean, there's really no perfect environment for airsoft, so we'll just compensate for the wind. So that target right there is about 40 yards away. And there's a little itty-bitty tiny paper plate on it. so I'm going to be shooting at that. 450 rounds. Using a 7.2 LiPo. So this is semi. Auto. Okay, now let's look at the damage. Alright, so I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, like 20 shots off. And then I hit the target, I think, every time. All of these little holes, it's from my airsoft gun. So, yeah, and this is the first time I've ever shot at this target with my airsoft gun. So, yeah, I hit the target, I think, every time. So that thing hit about 20. So, that's a pretty good ratio.